This is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude.
And I have to warn everyone, warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
My streams, the purpose of my streams, alright, is to basically entertain you with gameplay and honest reactions to said gameplay, to have a chill environment where when you come to my streams, we can actually relax and not have to be bombarded with all of those dramatic topics from real life. I'm good at lying.
This question's from Toddle, and he says, Phil, the House of Representatives is trying to create a copyright small claims court to lower the cost of suing copyright infringers. It's called H.R. 3945, aka the CASE Act. Awards would be capped at $30,000, but you probably wouldn't need to spend $10,000 to get a lawyer to start your case. What do you think about this? How would it make it easier to go after people that repost your content? I have had ridiculous amounts of problems over the years with people illegally, without permission, stealing my content off of YouTube and using it for various purposes.
Oh my god!
So what Toddle is saying is that, I guess, finally, our government in the United States is trying to catch up with the times and realizing, oh shit, copyright is digital now. It's not just like, oh, someone's selling a knockoff t-shirt in a store, or someone, you know, is selling bootleg movies on the fucking streets of New York City. Instead, people are constantly stealing everyone's content on the internet and fucking doing shit with it illegally, and maybe we should put some kind of fucking protections in to stop that, right? So, the truth of the matter is, I agree what should happen here, alright? What should really happen is, we should have a system that is completely separate from the long, drawn-out bullshit systems that we have in the courts right now for copyright, for digital copyright. And it should have to do, in particular, with on-demand video use, streaming video use, because this is a huge industry right now. And we need to have it catered, maybe, okay, someone stole my content, okay, and they made a really nasty video that really hurt my reputation, and YouTube won't fucking take it down. Number one, you should be able to sue that person directly, and number two, you should be able to sue YouTube for facilitating that video and not taking it down, even though you notified them that it was slanderous to you, okay? And basically, you should go to court for a minimal fee, by the way. It shouldn't be, oh, thousands of dollars, you know, a couple $100 maybe. And the court will hash it out. Gee, was this video defamatory? Did it use content without permission? And then royalties get generated based off of not only how much money that person made stealing your content, but also damages to your own reputation.
In which case, I'd be a fucking millionaire. Because if I hadn't been slandered all over the internet for the past 5 to 6 years, I still would probably be one of the top YouTubers for gaming.
And I never would have had half the negative shit that happened to me to put me in the situations
I know you're lying.
that I've been in ever happen. If YouTube actually were responsible and not allowed nasty, defamatory, bullying content on their fucking website.
Ow! Why'd you do that? Why did you do that? Why'd you just go to bite mommy? Wow. Alright, so you see what pigs can do.
As a business practice, I'd be in a much better position than I am right now.
A lot of people have asked about the future. Phil, would you ever get engaged again? Phil, would you want to get married? I mean, the way things are going, yeah.
Like, things have been amazing this year.
And laughing it up because of the hideous scam of me saying that I had tax issues this year, right? Phil's a scam artist.
No lie, things have been really positive. I really do feel Kat is my soulmate. I would love to spend the rest of my life with her.
This guy has, like, no social skills whatsoever.
Alright, but when you have things that are uncertain, it's hard to take that step. You know what I mean? And even though, yeah, oh, how would Phil even buy an engagement ring? He has no money. You have to realize that engagement rings don't even have to be expensive. You can get one for under $100. It's just not a fancy looking ring. It's the meaning behind the ring that's more important. The thing is, we would never be able to do things like, oh, let's set a date or let's do stuff like, we would never be able to do anything like that because of what's going on financially with me and everything.
Numbers wise, financially, the streams have been great this year. In fact, I made more money again on Twitch this year than I did before. Last year was a really good year. This year was even better.
What I want to do, guys, is basically tell you guys about the bad stuff, okay? This is, sadly, some of the stuff that's been going on in 2018 I really haven't told you guys about at all, on purpose, because I didn't really want to discuss it until basically it became an issue or something that you guys needed to know. So let's get to it, but quickly, I'll do a few shout-outs. So let's talk about the negative stuff that's been going on behind the scenes, alright, guys? So I'm gonna be very honest with all of you, alright? Sadly, one of the issues that's been an ongoing thing that's still, to this, it's still giving me problems, is the biggest problem from last year. If you guys remember last year, 2017, my stuff was actually getting good. Like, I was starting to pay down my debts because of the money I was making on Twitch, the increase of money on Twitch, it was to the point where things were looking positive and good. Then all of a sudden, in the fall of last year, I got notice from the state income tax department for the state of Washington, where I live, that basically I was supposed to be paying state business income taxes for 4 years that I lived here, and my accountant who was doing my taxes from back in Connecticut did them all wrong. And I was like, oh shit, oh, it's a little bit of money? Oh no, it was a ton of money. It was a ridiculous amount of back taxes that I owed, plus fees and interest and all this shit that they accumulated on top of everything, because I wasn't doing my taxes right for years and years and years, okay? So, you guys, if you've been following along me the last year, you already know what happened. Basically, number one, I needed to raise a bunch of money by January to pay taxes for January that I was gonna owe. Then I needed to raise a bunch of money for about April to pay the back taxes. Excuse me, not April, it was around June. I needed to pay all these taxes for June that were going to be due at once. In the meantime, I had to pay a tax attorney to fix all of my back tax situation, which was completely fucked up, okay? So, rather than really get you all inundated with all the fucking annoying details, by the end of the day, alright, I owed the state over $5,000. I owed my tax attorney over $5,000 for the work that he had done to fix all of this. And basically, I had no money to do it. So, all of that money, that was phantom money that I didn't have, got charged to my credit cards.
What? 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 What?
And completely and utterly maxed out any remaining credit that I had was maxed, getting rid of this state taxes issue. Now, the good news is, I'm now in line with what I need to do for my state taxes. It's not a lot of work for my tax attorney to file them every year. It should be a very minimal charge for him to do it. I know what I'm going to owe around the end of the year. I should be able to afford it, and I think state taxes from now on, I'm good. But the cleanup job of doing this cost me over $10,000 that I didn't have and went to credit cards, which I shouldn't have maxed out, but I had no other way to pay this, okay? So that's one thing going on behind the scenes here that sucked. Now, this all basically was paid as of June this year. What I was hoping was, man, now I need to start working on my taxes for federal, because I owe the federal government taxes. I'm self-employed. They tax you, and they're going to want me to pay, them, what I owe them every year for my federal taxes. But I had just literally overextended myself to get rid of this state tax issue. I paid off the taxes, I paid the attorney, I paid everyone with credit cards, and now I had no money at all. Nothing, no credit, nothing to pay anything else.
Silver-tongued talker, right? Oh, I'm just going to say it one way, and hopefully you'll believe it, even though that's not the truth. And that's literally what's happening here. The guy's a liar. The guy's a fucking blatant liar and lying to everyone. But people are believing it because they don't know any better.
Which is why, if you guys haven't noticed this year, a lot of the times when something happened, like when my PS4 was dying, I was like, I'm just going to have to keep playing on the broken PS4 because I can't afford it. I didn't have the credit to even go out and buy a new PlayStation 4. Same thing with my TV. People were like, well, you're getting a new PS4, but you won't have a TV to take advantage of it. I couldn't afford a new TV. The very few things this year that I bought that were new, I think earlier this year I was able to afford one hard drive to back up my video files. And the games this year that I bought for the business were all financed by your tips. Okay, so it was actually your tips on streams that paid for all that stuff because I didn't have any credit on my credit cards or anything to buy anything anymore. It sucks. It's terrible. But that's the situation that I'm in right now, okay?
You have to be brain dead fucking stupid to believe that.
Now, what I was hoping would happen, and what actually looked like it would happen, was that, okay, well, that sucks, but maybe because my Twitch is increasing, and I know for a fact that my Twitch is making more money, that I'll make more money on my Twitch, it'll account for that, and maybe I'll be able to pay off that shit, so that now I can afford my taxes, moving forward this year. Maybe I'll be able to pay down my credit cards a little bit, and then, okay, my first tax payment's in, I can afford it, or whatever, okay? And at first, it looked like that's what was gonna happen. Like, around June-ish, it looked like, wow, I am making a lot more money. In fact, if you remember, around June-ish, July-ish, I was saying, wow, these are the best streaming months I've ever had. I actually got a little bit extra money, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm gonna reveal to you some of the stuff that happened behind the scenes that I've not talked about whatsoever until right now. The full story of what happened between me and YouTube and my partnership network, Curse. Because I never told you the truth. I didn't feel like it was going to benefit anyone until right now to tell you what actually happened. For those of you who don't know, around this summer, I had to leave Curse. Curse was my partnership network on YouTube. They provided me with the highest paying advertisements of the whole, website on my videos. I was making good money, and everything was good. Never once did I ever get a complaint from Curse that I had done anything wrong. Everything was good. Everything was in line. They were making money on me. I was making, decent money on YouTube. It wasn't as good as it used to be, but it was a certain consistent level every month so that, okay, if YouTube stays consistent and my Twitch is going up every month, now I can afford maybe pay down those credit cards and afford my taxes, and everything would have been fine. So here's what happened, okay? I think it was about July, I want to say. It might have been June, but I think it was about July. I got contacted by Curse. Now, this is the first time I'd ever been contacted by Curse, like, personally about stuff. And they said that we need to talk to you. And it's not something that we want to put in writing. It's something that we actually want to talk to you man-to-man about because of the seriousness of it. I was like, oh my god, what could this possibly fucking be, right? So, I went ahead and I had a conference call with Curse and their management and everything. And basically, here's how the situation went. And none of this is in writing because they said they couldn't put it in writing. This was something they wanted to be informal on a call. But basically, they said, here's the deal, Phil. We know who you are, and we know you've been around for 10 years, and we actually like your content.
I'm good.
Like, we know who you are and what you're all about, and we support you. And since you signed on with us a year and a half ago, because at that point it had been almost a year and a half that I was with them, there have been many times when people have tried to come up against you and say that you do horrible things on YouTube, and they've false flagged your videos, and they said all this negative shit. Now, because we're your partnership network, alright, we have to review those cases to actually find out what's going on. And the bottom line is, we have gotten to know you over the past year and a half because we review your cases so much for all the false flagging. We know you don't do anything wrong. We've seen your content, and we know that everything is good. In fact, your content is getting more in line with being more acceptable on YouTube. You don't do the risque stuff, the more adult-oriented sexual content and stuff like that you used to do back in the day. You've changed for the better. And I kind of explained to them, you're absolutely right, because the reason that I did that was because Twitch. I wanted to be a part of Twitch. I wanted Twitch to be a major thing, my streaming, and I had to kind of conform more to what their terms of service were going to be. And doing that, I have to kind of, not water myself down, but become less of a provocateur and more of just an entertaining, chill streamer. And they understood that. They said, yeah, we can actually see that from when we watch your videos. We get all these false flags that you did these terrible things. We look at your video, nothing like that at all. Your actual streaming content is good. Okay? But, basically, here's what happened. They said, here's the problem. In 2018, YouTube has completely changed their mentality when it comes to partnership networks. Okay? It used to be that partnership networks were a great positive for YouTube, that YouTube would basically say, if you really want to have ads on YouTube, you really should be with a partnership network, because that puts the responsibility on the partnership network to make sure that all the content coming out on YouTube is kosher, and it's the partnership network's responsibility to make sure if one of their partners screws up, to make sure that partner gets in line, and it can actually be held against the partnership network. If, let's say, for example, I put out a video where I'm naked and I'm obviously violating YouTube policy, then Curse would have gotten in trouble for that. Okay? But the good news is I never did anything like that. Everything I ever did was in line with YouTube's terms of service or whatever. Never had a problem.
He's a piece of crap. He's a lying piece of crap.
But what I was being told was, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Once again, my business has been massively negatively affected by the trolls who claim that they don't mean to hurt me, that what they're doing is just to make me improve or whatever. So here's what actually happened with Curse, alright? Curse in 2018 had to institute a new policy, a new agreement they had with YouTube, that if they were going to continue to operate, they had to now manually review every single report that came in for one of their partners. Okay? So here's what would happen. I would do a stream, and during that stream, something would piss off a troll, or something would piss off one of the people who illegally steal my content, and they would basically make a meme out of something that happened on a stream. And then those people watching that stream would go mass report me to YouTube, saying that I did something wrong during that stream, in line with, like, that meme or whatever was going on. And Curse would get 100, 200 reports in one day that I did something wrong, all saying the same memes. A lot of them were basically copy and pasted from different YouTube accounts, but the same thing over and over. So they would get 100, 200 things on their fucking desk and say, what the hell is this? What, and they would start looking at them and say, this isn't legit at all. It's all bullshit against Phil. It's people basically trolling Phil, but because of our new agreement with YouTube, behind the scenes, we now have to manually investigate every fucking case, and we have to close each one manually. Now, initially, Curse backed me and said, this is not Phil's fault that this would happen.
I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct.
This is, he's not doing anything wrong. We're looking at his content. There's nothing wrong with his content. He's not inciting these people.
Fuck you. You're a liar.
These are people who literally just make their living or get their jollies off of making fun of Phil, and they start these negative memes and then mass report to YouTube just as a trollish measure to see if they can hurt him, and they backed me to a point. But basically what they said is it got to the point where there were certain things going on. For example, the state tax situation, where then they would mass report, oh, Phil is scamming his viewers in this video, go check it out. And there'd be, 100 fake reports. And the person from Curse would spend all fucking day having to manually close 100 reports from 100 different YouTube accounts saying that I had violated the terms of service when I didn't.
You think I'm the villain? Go fuck yourself.
And it basically got to the point where the actual manpower of closing false logs against me was more expensive than keeping me as a partner. So they were making money on me, but the money they were making was less than the manpower it took for them to have to manually close all these logs. And I said to them, well, in this case, this is a special case, obviously, would it actually be a bad thing for you to just ignore it? Because I've been here for 10 years. I rely on YouTube income to make my living. I need this income.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills.
So if you were to, say, just ignore those reports and not have to put in those hours or whatever, save yourself the money, right? And they said, no, we can't do that because, God forbid, I have a bad day and this is the day when I actually do violate the YouTube terms of service or something. If I get in trouble, they get in trouble. And they said, we can't have a person, as a liability, especially someone like me who wasn't making them a lot of money. Let's be honest, I'm a small-time guy now on YouTube. I'm not a huge guy anymore. And they said, not that you don't make us money, you don't make us a ton of money. If you were making us tens of thousands of dollars a month hand over fist, then maybe we would be willing to put up with it. But for the amount of money you're making us, there's no way that we can risk that one day we don't review something that you did, and then it becomes legit, and now we get slammed financially from YouTube with fines and fees, or maybe get penalized because of that. So basically, we had talks, okay, back and forth for about a month and a half. And after about a month and a half of talks, Curse said, we're sorry, Phil, you've done nothing wrong.
This is a situation where, once again, I've done absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever, and I'm getting punished like I did, because I've done nothing wrong, for something I didn't do wrong. I did nothing wrong.
We like your content, but because we have to basically start now trimming people who are not cost effective to keep, we have to basically kind of agree to end the partnership. And I said, I guess I agree, but this sucks. And they said, yeah, basically, Phil, you're not ever going to be able to get partnered ever again.
It's Tevin's fault.
Because now that this is known, what company is going to do that? Because they know people are going to false report you. And the thing is, when you're on your own YouTube channel with your own ads, your own AdSense, that goes through YouTube's report system, which is so terrible anyway. Most of the time, they don't even review things that get reported. And when they do, it's a quick cursory glance. You know what I mean? So that's basically what Curse told me. They were like, if you go by yourself, if you don't have a partnership on YouTube, and you just do your own ads, you're actually safer than you are with us. Because with us, we have to manually review everything. With YouTube, chances are they don't even review it anyway. A lot of people, this happens to them, they're fine. So this is what happened, is I lost my not that it was super lucrative or anything, but I was making a lot more money on YouTube when I was with Curse than when Curse had to release me from their network. And it was not anything I did wrong. Curse didn't want to get rid of me. It was 100% these fucked up people who steal my content, restream my content, say negative shit about me, and incite these thousands of people to go false report me to YouTube for stuff I didn't do.
What?
Okay? That's what got me out of Curse, as fucked up as it is. Now, if you guys remember, at that time, when Curse finally did release me from my partnership, everything went wrong on YouTube. YouTube had frozen an AdSense account for invalid click activity that didn't exist. They had actually erroneously frozen it. It took me 3 weeks to get Google employees off their lazy asses to actually fix that issue, which was their internal issue. It was never anything I did wrong. They fucked up. And that was 3 weeks of money that I didn't make on YouTube. Then when the ads came back, it took forever to get them to work properly, and I had a giant dip in income from the months of July through all of August on YouTube because of all this happening. Now, when I finally came back and was able to monetize my videos again, I said, I'm going to do something positive for the viewers. I'm going to make longer videos, okay? But what ended up happening was, because I made longer videos and uploaded way less videos a day, my revenue also dipped. So it was a combination. Number one, I wasn't with the partnership network anymore, so my money went down. Number two, I didn't have ads on YouTube for 3 weeks because YouTube screwed me over. And then finally, when they fixed everything, I was doing longer videos, and that hurt me too. So it was like the triple fucking whammy of things that all happened at once. And my YouTube revenue went from being here to being nothing to being like here. So not even, like less than half, okay? And I'll be honest with you, things got slightly better the last couple of months on YouTube. The reason being, there's two reasons. Number one, because it's the holiday season and there's just more ads to go around on YouTube, so my YouTube did artificially kind of increase a little bit income-wise. The other thing is, YouTube, you guys might not have heard this, basically changed the ad policy and made it so that everyone gets the same ads now. So even though I'm not with Curse anymore, I pretty much am kind of getting around the same ads that I would have gotten. Okay, maybe, I don't know, because there's no way I could compare because I'm not with them anymore. I don't know what ads that they're getting or not. But they did this big internal change saying that basically people who monetize should be getting around the same ads now, because I guess they've determined it was an unfair practice that being with a partner company got you better ads. Like I said, the big internal push this year, YouTube anti-partner company for some reason. So not only did they make them now monitor every single report, now they made it so that everyone gets the same ads. So what's the incentive of being with a partnership company anymore? I don't know. But basically the problem here is, as I just told you guys, during June, I completely overextended myself to take care of my state tax situation and get caught up. $10,000 plus of non-existent money went to credit cards that I didn't, I maxed everything out. And I'm thinking, okay, as long as everything stays good, I'm okay. And then what happens? I lose my partnership. I'm making no money on YouTube for a month. Then I'm getting less than half of what I used to make. Now, along with all of this going on, guys, as you guys know, during the summer, we had a situation with a guy who at first seemed like he was a generous party who actually wanted to come in and help me, and ended up being someone who was completely the opposite, okay?
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. His name was Tutankhamun, and actually was kind of a godsend. And, oh shit, what the fuck? What the holy shit was that? What the fuck, dude? I was not expecting that whatsoever, dude. And if I look down at the stream chat and everything is tut, it's going to be ban, and then we're going to continue on like normal fucking humans and not idiots.
And the reason I say that, even though his whole intention there was to screw me over in the long run, he helped me out at a time when if I didn't have that extra income, I might have been completely screwed over. Reason being, like I said, I didn't have this YouTube money for like 2 months. I had no YouTube income. And because of that, I wouldn't have been able to even just catch up and pay my bills or anything. Like, I would have had no money. So this guy comes in, all of a sudden, he starts mass cheering. He starts mass gifting subs. He starts tipping me big. And it's great, but all the while, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, who is this guy? Who is this guy who out of nowhere would just show up on stream? Never heard of him. He's not revealing if he's a longtime fan or whatever. He just seems like a guy who's just showing up and throwing money around. Who the hell could this guy possibly be? And the whole time I'm very skeptical that something's gonna go wrong, okay? The good news is, after 2 months, Tut revealed himself to be a troll. One day on stream, nothing negative happened. He starts attacking my moderators and arguing with them and stuff like that. They ban him because, he's basically derailing the stream, insulting. He threatened one of them. I'm gonna beat you up and stuff like that, like being a moron. And I emailed him after. I'm like, what are you doing? And basically he emailed me back and said, oh, I don't like you, and I'm gonna now get all my money back. I'm going to get all my money back from Twitch, and I'm gonna dispute all my tips to you. I'm gonna get all the money back that I gave you over the last 2 months, And that was it. Like, he didn't explain himself or nothing. Basically just said, screw you, I'm getting everything back.
And basically the final email, he's like, I want all my money back. And I'm like, you're not getting any money back. This fucker tried to steal money from me.
Then come to find out, he apparently had been talking with other people saying the whole thing was a setup, and that, basically this was his intention, kind of going along to do this, and that he was trying to get all his money back to screw me over. And I'm sorry, but, it's such a fucked up thing that someone would try to do that. The good news here is that it didn't work at all. It didn't work at all. I kept everything that he had given me. Everything was kept. And this guy's a pathological liar. He went ahead to go to the other distractor streams and other streams and say, oh no, I disputed all that, I got all my money back and all that. He's completely full of shit. I kept everything. PayPal wouldn't have let me keep the tips, over $1,200 in tips, if he got the money back too. He's a pathological liar. This is some kid who probably has daddy's credit cards and is just spend. His daddy just lets him spoil the shit out of this kid so he doesn't have to deal with him. And he just goes crazy on the internet fucking throwing money at people, and his whole intention was to fuck me over, and luckily it didn't work, okay? So, short term, it was a good thing, and the good thing is, all his attempts to fuck me over didn't work at all, and I'm fine. The bad news here is that what happened was my momentum on Twitch got derailed by this guy. Because that month before Tut had ever showed up was the month of July. I had big views, I had huge contributions that month. It was actually the biggest month ever that I'd ever had streaming on Twitch, and that was not with any input from Tut. That was, the viewers before Tut had done that for me. And I was like, wow, if I could keep on this trend, this will be great. Tut shows up, and all of a sudden, because he's throwing money around, everyone's like, oh, well, you know, we got this guy who's super generous. I guess that Phil doesn't really need my support this month. I'll still watch his content, but now I'm probably not going to be doing contributions on his stream because look, he just got gifted 600 subs, and he just got a ridiculous amount of tips from this guy. Look at that cheers he got during his Dark Souls stream. Why am I going to contribute, right? So what ended up happening was I got 2 months of big support from Tut, August and September, and thank God, because those were the 2 months when I was getting paid for the months when I had no YouTube revenue. So if I hadn't had that, I wouldn't have even been able to pay my bills. I would have lost everything and basically had to figure out what I was going to do because I can't keep the electricity on.
Oh my god! That's great! Oh my god! I can't stop laughing!
Okay, so at least it made up for that. But what ended up happening then was when Tut went away last month in October, all of a sudden, because people were now in, oh, I don't need to contribute to Phil anymore because he made all that money, my contributions went way down. And in October, on Twitch, was my worst month of the whole year. I just want you to think about that. The whole year of 2018, the month with the most games, I made the least amount of contributions on stream.
That's your fault. It's my fault. It's Tevin's fault. It's your fault, asshole. It's not me, it's the trolls. It is YouTube's fault.
It was, I didn't talk about it. I didn't want to be negative. Alright? I totally didn't want to do anything in that regard and say anything bad because I was feeling positivity. You guys were showing up and being positive to all my stuff. I didn't want to tell you guys, oh, by the way, everything's turning poorly, right? I didn't want to spoil that, especially the month when I was doing the most amount of games and whatever. But then when the month ended, I kind of looked, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So basically, I made way less in October than I had July, August, September. Now, yes, some of that was because of Tut, but keep in mind, even July, before Tut ever was there, I made way more money on Twitch than I did in October. So what I think is that basically, that's what happened. Tut's influence was a short-term gain, but long-term, it might have screwed me over. There are people who like, oh man, I like Phil and I support his streams, but he doesn't need support anymore. And they kind of, I saw a decline on Patreon, plus on the streams at once. So it was very disheartening, okay? And the point I'm making is, I didn't change. I didn't do anything wrong. It's just that people thought, oh, Phil's doing insanely well because this guy, right? When in reality, all Tut was doing was putting a band-aid on the fact that I had 2 months with no YouTube revenue, fixing that for me. And now, basically how I'm doing now, guys, just so you know, Twitch is a little bit, I think this month, November, has been a little bit better than October, but it's nowhere near as good as it was, say, back June, July, which is what I was relying on. YouTube revenue is up, but nowhere near what I was making back when I was with Curse. And the problem is it's already artificially inflated. You see what I mean? It's already artificially inflated because of the holidays. What's going to happen come January when, boo, it tanks again? Because it does. It always tanks January, February. Ad revenue on YouTube is fucking terrible. So I can't even imagine what I'm going to be making on YouTube come January and February. Alright? So, why am I telling you guys all this? Alright? Well, because here's the situation I'm in now. I was in a situation where I was forced to basically max out my credit cards and everything in the middle of this year to pay off this state tax issue that, again, nothing I did wrong. I got fucked over by a previous tax attorney. I got that cleared up and I was like, smooth sailing for the rest of the year. This should be great. Now I just gotta keep doing what I'm doing. I'll make enough money. I should be able to pay everything. Then I lost my partnership with Curse because of trolls. Then YouTube fucked me over for 3 weeks by screwing up my ads. Then I finally got my ads back, but they were way less because I wasn't with the partnership network. Then, when things were on the turnaround, Tut decides to be a detractor and fucks me over, and people who were positively supporting the streams supported less, and now I'm in a situation where I'm like, I'm in almost the end of November.
I don't have a single dollar to put towards my federal taxes this year. Not a dollar. Every dollar that I'm bringing in now has to go towards all my other things.
Utilities, food, cost of health insurance, the games, obviously, buying the games, credit card payments, loan payments, mortgages, everything, every dollar that I have goes out and I'm left with nothing.
In fact, this is not me lying or exaggerating, which I have not done at all in this video, I promise you. Okay, where's the evidence? Present evidence of what you're saying.
The past 2 months, my fucking bank account got overdrawn. Because now, all my payments are different. I get paid around the middle of the month for Twitch, and then like a week after that, YouTube pays me. And it's all screwed up because it used to be within the first 10 days of the month, I would make my money from Curse. And cleared good, I could pay all my bills. Now it doesn't happen, and I don't even know what to do because every month I get overdrawn. And I'm not making enough extra money to even put in the bank account to cover that so it doesn't happen every month. So, here's the deal. Okay? I basically sat down and started weighing my options. And I said, what can I do to fix this? What can I realistically do to make things better to fix it? Because I need to raise money or do something to make money to pay these taxes coming up next year. There's only a few ways I can do it. Number one would be to try, I don't even know if I could, try to take out more loans, which with my credit the way it is and the amount of debt that I owe, very unlikely anyone would even grant me another loan. And if they do, I doubt it's going to be for the entire amount that I need to pay the federal government for taxes, okay? Even if somehow I piece together enough with more borrowed money to pay the taxes, how do I now pay these new loans? With my money coming in every month and I'm only having enough to basically, pay things, and I'm even getting overdrawn, how am I going to afford another loan that's hundreds and hundreds of more dollars a month to pay off? Now, Kat stepped up.
That guy needs to be kicked in the freaking balls. He's an asshole.
And said, I'm willing to give you even more money out of my paycheck a month. And I'm like, we're already taking so much out. How much can you do? And she's like, yeah, but I love our life together. I love this situation we're in. I love this house. I love everything. And to give that up because of more fucking bad luck would be like a defeatist attitude. And I agree with her, but I don't know realistically if I'd be able to even get enough credit to take out loans to pay these taxes. And that's only a 1-year fix. What happens next year? Will my streams increase more in 2019? Will there be more bullshit with YouTube in 2019 to fuck me over? I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, that's number one. My second option would be a refinance of this house.
By the way, hint, hint, sell the house.
Now, I've been trying to refinance this house for 3 years. And every year when I go to do it, I'm told you have too much debt, not enough equity, not enough income. This year, I went to a different place than the place who I'd been talking to previously. They were a little bit more serious about it and said, okay, let's really look at your numbers and everything. And I actually went and did that over the last couple of weeks, and I'm still not done crunching the numbers, but basically there's really bad news. Here's the bad news, everyone. When they're judging how to do a refinance, because I have a lot of equity in my house, if I could take a lot of my debt, like my credit cards or loans, and put it into the mortgage, it would dramatically reduce my monthly payments. I'm not even kidding, I looked it up. It would reduce my monthly payments by like over $2,000 a month, it looks like. Holy shit, that's enough for taxes and everything, right? But here's the problem. In order to qualify for a refinance, I need to have 2 years showing consistent income on my tax returns. I don't have that. I made way less money in 2016. Remember, 2016, I wasn't a full-time streamer. I was just reliant on YouTube, and that was a year when YouTube, that was the adpocalypse, right? It was like the end of 2016 was terrible for ads on YouTube and everything. And I made way less money in 2016. I actually had a big increase in my income last year because I started doing full-time live streaming, but it was the state taxes that fucked me over last year why I had no money. So, blah 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 blah. I actually have showed I'm making more money now that I'm focused on live streaming. This year, it looks like I'm going to make just as much, if not slightly more than last year. So, as of this year, I have 2 years of consistently higher income where I might qualify for a refinance, but they need 2 previous years of tax returns. So looking at 2016 and 2017, it's not enough. They're going to tell me we need 2017 and 2018 tax returns. Well, my tax returns won't be done for 2018 until April. So now that doesn't work. Guess when the federal taxes are due for me? April. So I can't start a refinance process in April to make money to pay taxes that are due in April. You see what I mean?
And sadly enough, when it comes April, I may need to do another fundraiser to pay my taxes. And this is not an April Fool's joke or anything like that.
Plus, there's still no guarantee. I've got a ton of debt. We don't know, for example, if I did an appraisal on my house here, we don't know what the value would come in at. It's kind of ambiguous. They did a little bit of preliminary research and were like, it could come in this, it could come in this. If it came in high, you could be good to go. You could pay off all your debt. If it came in low, it's not even worth it to do the refinance. So, I'm basically in a situation where I can't even do it. Like, this was one of the things I was banking on. Hopefully I could do a refinance start in the fall, get it done by the spring. I'll have funds now that I can pay taxes, and then I'll be much better off not having all this credit card debt. I still can't do it at least until probably next year when I have 2 years of consistent tax returns showing more income. So I can't even do that yet. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even know what else to do. I talk to my parents, and they sometimes, every once in a while, something goes horribly wrong, are able to help a little bit, but they're elderly now. They're at a point where my dad still works full time. He does. That being said, they do as much. They emotionally support me, and every once in a while, if I need such a little bit of a boost or whatever, they've helped me over the years. Not just this year, but over the years.
Oh my God. It's terrible. It's disgusting in my opinion. Like, I'm actually disgusted.
A little bit financially. I can't rely on them anymore. They don't have it. They don't have money to keep giving me for this kind of stuff. So I'm now find myself in a situation where basically I have between now and April like say middle to late April, to raise an exorbitant amount of money. You may say, how much? I can just tell you this. This is an estimate of the amount of money I would need to raise between now and April. And by the way, this is the amount of money in addition to me making my normal money that I make every month on stream and every month on YouTube.
In addition to my normal income, I need to raise about another roughly $16,000 between now and April. Roughly $16,000 between now and April.
What? Wait, what?
What? What? What? Oh my god!
What the fuck? Whoa! Whoa! Don't look.
What? 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 Oh my god! Oh my god! What was that? What was that? That was the messiest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. What the fuck? What? What the fuck? What the fuck?
And
What
the rest
the
of the board
fuck?
goes unselected.
What the fuck? Are you fucking serious?
That really hurts to say that, because I don't know how I'm gonna get it. Like I said, even if I could get loans, even if I could get whatever, it's probably not gonna be enough to cover that much, okay? The only option, that's like ultimate worst option, okay, would be sell the house. If I sold this house, I'd probably have enough in equity to pay off a lot of stuff. Obviously, I'd be able to pay the taxes immediately, and I'd have enough equity to probably pay off a bunch of my debt, but there's major problems with that, okay? Number one, my whole business is based off of this office. The reason that I put out the high quality streams that I do, and the reason that I'm able to do all this, is because I have this dedicated room where I'm not interrupted by neighbors yelling at me. I'm able to have a soundproofed area. You know what I mean? Like, my quality of content has dramatically increased since I had my own dedicated office. That's number one. Number two, to sell this house is an incredibly painstaking thing. Not only would I have to renovate it, because no one's gonna buy a house with fucking soundproofing foam on the walls, and, you know, some leak damage that I had when I first moved here to the ceilings, and, you know, basically I would have to have money to touch up the house and prepare it for sale. I don't have said money, as I told you guys. I don't have it. In addition to that, I would need to sell a lot of the shit in this house, because more than likely what I would have to do is get a smaller apartment out here in Washington. And I know I can't fit all the stuff that's in this house in the new apartment. You can't leave it all behind. I would have to find someone who could come in and try to sell a lot of the shit from this house. Move again? Oh my god, don't get me started on how much the move cost when I moved last. Moving is a cost. Again, I don't have any of the money for any of this. Okay, I don't.
That's your fault. You created that business model. You created a flawed business model, and now you're saying there's nothing you could do about it? No, it's your business. You created the monster, you unleashed the monster, and now your complaint is, well, the monster's too powerful to control. Well, fuck you. That's your fault.
And, you know, and the other thing is, some people have said ridiculous things. Get another job.
Doing a 9 to 5 would be easy.
Speed, get a job.
Yeah, there you go.
Buddy.
Do you not see that I've already, my whole day is here on stream? Like, I'm here around 9 in the morning, I start work. I get my stream up by 10. I'm here till 4. I have like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours tops away. I'm back until like 9, 10 at night in here. I have like no extra time to do anything. I can't work another job. No one's gonna have me working, you know, night hours, and I couldn't do it anyway. At my age and everything, I couldn't do it. That's number one. So that's not gonna happen. Move back to the condo in Connecticut. I can't. Again, I would need to sell this house, which I can't afford to do. I would have to move all my shit, which I can't afford to do. So literally, like, everything is not feasible. There's like nothing feasible here. Really, the only things that I can do, really hope that a refinance goes through, which it looks like it's not going to. I'm still working on it. It looks like it's not going to happen. Hope that I can get loans that I don't know how I'm going to afford paying, but at least get the loans to pay the taxes. Or a miracle happens, you know? Some kind of really, someone, you know, people who love my content come in and say, we want to at least help fill out in the short term. Now, just to be clear here, and this is me being incredibly transparent with all of you, this is for the next year. You know what I mean? What I'm hoping, which again, who knows, because every year I hope and then something goes wrong. The trolls find another way to fuck me, right? If everything stays the way it is on YouTube and stays the way it is on Twitch, and Twitch keeps increasing the way it is, I will actually start to make enough money next year to pay down my credit cards and have money for taxes and all of that. But the thing is, really ideally what I need to do is get a refinance on this house, and I need to tough it out until I can. The problem being, I have no more time, because I have to pay these taxes by April of next year. So, you know, it's a really shitty situation where I have no way out. There's like no actual way to go. I can't sell the house because I can't afford it. I can't move because I can't afford it. I can't refinance because it looks like they won't let me without 2 years of tax return history. I don't know if I can get loans enough to pay the taxes. I can't go rely on my parents. What the fuck do I do? And it's just cascading shit. And it's terrible because Kat and I have an amazing life. Like I said, we have talks where we like to get engaged, we like to maybe get married. The other thing about all of this, which that's really messed up, which I do want to talk about here. My parents are getting older, to the point where I know they're having health problems or whatever, and they don't want to tell me fully what's going on, because I think that they don't want me to worry, but at the same time, I get the feeling that they may be getting ill to the point where they won't be around forever, you know what I mean? And they really wanted me to go visit them next year, and I told them, with the situation, there's no way, and they actually offered, they said, we, in this case, would be able to, like, maybe pay your way, pay for your plane tickets, or in a hotel, in a car, or drive our car when you're out here, just so we can spend some time with you, you know, next year, maybe next spring, when things die down a little bit with gaming or whatever, because they want to meet Kat. They're dying to meet Kat. They really want to meet Kat, and, you know, who knows when the next opportunity is going to be that I get to see them, if I even get to see them again, depending, you know, they're getting old. And I'm like, man, I would love to commit to that and say that I can, but I don't know what's happening here with all my money and taxes and everything, you know? This sucks. It's just like, and this is why I purposely held all this stuff back from you guys until now, because it was just, you know, you're up to a point where there's so much going on behind the scenes and so much to hide from you guys, because I don't want you to come to my streams thinking about this shit every day, you know what I mean? It's tough. It's pretty tough. And
I'm not going to sit here and every day start talking about taxes and shit. I'm just not. I want to be here and enjoy games and hang out with you guys and have fun. That's what this is about. It's not about my tax problems, even though they exist. You guys don't want to hear about that every freaking day, you know? Even when near the end of the year, I need to do some kind of emergency style fundraisers if I have to or whatever, you know, we'll talk about that. You're the one who's causing the problem here. You. Yes, you. I don't know how you can't see that you're the problem. Problem is, I need more money. I need fucking money somehow. You know? I'm so low on money.
I would definitely like to go visit my parents again next year, even if it is maybe the last time to go be able to do that, but I can't do that if I don't have money to pay my taxes. I have to stay here to work every day. You know what I mean? And my whole relationship with Kat is on hold, and all this. And the thing is, here's ideal state. If I could find a way past this tax situation, and I could stay the course, I have felt so much better positivity these last 2 years, and my streaming, I'm telling you, when I look at how much I'm making, it's going up and up and up. This month of October was kind of a stupid anomaly, because fucking fucked everything up with his, you know, him coming in and all those contributions and people saying, well, I don't need to contribute. I get the feeling it's gonna go back to where it was eventually. It's gonna be better. It's gonna get better. But I need to tough it out. I need to get past. I can't have the federal government come April say, well, you didn't pay your taxes, so now we're gonna start garnishing money that you make from Twitch or YouTube.
The IRS will destroy me if I don't pay my taxes.
Now I can't pay my credit cards. So now all my credit cards go into default. My credit's completely ruined. They cancel all my credit cards. Now I can't pay for anything because I have no credit anymore. And I have no money to pay for it. You know, then what's the next thing I can't pay? You see what I mean? It's going to become a cascading mess of shit. Ideally, if I could get through paying the taxes for next year, okay, the federal taxes, and then have a year to work on building my streams, making more money. Two things could happen. Number one, I might qualify for a refinance once my taxes are done for next year. We don't know yet. There's no way to know because they're not done. Once they're done, maybe I could go back and say, oh, now I qualify for the refinance, having the 2 years of history of this as being my level of income, all right? That's number one. Number two, I can just stay the course and keep, even if it means for 3 years my life sucks and I can't afford anything and I'm literally just going paycheck to paycheck, paying everything, minimum payments or whatever, just to keep floating until I can eventually do this refinance. I think I'm alright. But I'm basically just in a situation where I don't know what else I can do. Like, there's nothing certain to fix the problem. I can't declare bankruptcy because they'll say sell the house. I can't sell the house because I don't have the money to sufficiently sell the house. Moving to the East Coast, back to the East Coast isn't viable. I can't afford it. I don't know if I can get loans to pay the taxes, and I don't know if I can afford the loans to pay them monthly. I don't know how I would. I can't go to my parents for help. Like, see what I mean? Like, everything normally that I would do, I can't do. So, it sucks, you know? I just don't know what else to do. I'm between a rock and a hard place. I really am. I'm between a rock and a fucking hard place.
And again, and you know, I'm the kind of person, I don't like to point fingers. I don't. It's Tevin's fault. And hilarious that I do this for a living, right? And I make way more money than Tevin, even though I have way less viewers. Let's think about that for a second. And that's absolutely correct, Android. You're right that if someone is illegally restreaming my stream, those are my views. You're right, they are.
But, you know, I know that now, you know, things that I did in the past, bad financial decisions. When I moved out here, I spent way too much fucking money. And I agree with that. But at the same time, the 2015 trolls who fucked me and fucked over my YouTube channel.
This year I got fucked over on YouTube again. Because these fucking assholes won't leave me alone and mass reporting me, and I lost my fucking sponsorship. I'm sorry, guys. What the fuck is this? Unbelievable.
This is gonna be the whole stream.
It's just, he doesn't really have depression. He's trying to do that to get sympathy. You know, how much more can I do? And I'm a one man, and a lot of people ask me, Phil, how can you do this every day? How can you put up with this shit? I just don't know anymore, man. Like, I'm trying to make a life here, you know? And all I did for 10 years was try to share my fucking passion with you guys. And now I could lose it all. I could lose my credit. I could lose my house. For what the fuck did I do?
This year, everyone tells me this year was the best year since I came back and I started focusing on streams, that everything's the best I've ever fucking done. And you're gonna tell me now I could lose everything? What the fuck did I do to deserve it? To lose my partnership with Curse? What the fuck? You know?
I just, yeah, how are people so evil? How are people so fucked up and evil that this is what they would do to someone? Like, how can you live? How can you morally live? How can you morally restream my fucking content illegally every day and see someone's life falling apart at the seams every day because of the shit you do, the concrete hurt you do to someone every fucking day, and sleep in that fucking bed and get a sound sleep? I couldn't. I would be in a mental hospital if this is me doing that shit. God damn, dude, that's depressing as fuck. That was my depression. Ladies and gentlemen, depression is caused by eating fast food. Didn't you know that? It's Tevin's fault.
You've seen how I only focus on my stuff. I don't engage with the negativity. I try to make my streams positive. I just try to keep stuff going.
Every single day he comes in, he's toxic. He's toxic. Every fucking day he's toxic. Every day he's here, he's toxic. Yep, I'm toxic.
And now Kat moved in with me and our life together is so good. And to see that might all go away. Can you imagine how she just got here? She already, since she moved here, has changed jobs once to try to make more money and make ends meet. How's it fair to her? She just fucking moved out here, man. You know? She just moved out here to have a life with me, and now that life might end because of shit that I didn't do. I just don't know what to do anymore, you know? All I can do is every day be here and try to be positive with you guys and try to put out positive streams and hope that somehow things are going to work out, but I don't know how they're going to at this point. It's an awful fucking feeling, knowing that by April, if I don't find a solution to pay these taxes, this could be the beginning of the end.
Celebratory toast! Everyone, if you have a drink, raise your glass with me, or your can, or your chalice, or your flute, whatever it is that you may drink from. Let's have a celebratory toast of being done with that fucking shit. Salud.
The government comes and tries to either seize shit. I don't know how it works, but they might try to seize shit. They may say, that's it, you have to sell your house. I was like, I can't afford it. Oh, too bad. Don't pay your credit cards. So not only would I lose my house, I'd also be forced to ruin my credit and lose the house at the same fucking time and have no money. It's like, for what? Because they fucked me again. Wow. Was it really worth it? Were your jollies really fucking worth it to get me out of my partnership? Was it really fucking worth it to do what you did to me?
Excuse me, guys. That was disgusting and unprofessional.
that now my life might be ruined. A beautiful woman who now I'm starting a life with my soulmate, and now that's gonna fall the fuck apart. I mean, you know what I mean? And not to say that. That's not at all. She's 100% supportive of me. She understands what's going on. I don't want anyone to think, oh God, behind the scenes this relationship's falling apart. It's not.
Fuck that, Phil. You are a dirty, rotten liar.
But can you imagine the tremendous pressure on us now with all this going on? And it's like... I don't even know what to say. I just don't, you know? Well, I'm trying to read with some of the things that people have said. By the way, you guys have been really supportive. I've been dishing, truth from behind the scenes stuff to you guys. That's why I haven't updated the leaderboard or anything. I think it's more important for me to just be talking with you guys and be honest and to be. I mean, obviously, a lot of people were very nice here. So, Grazy Dream gifted a ton of subs, which was really nice. A lot of people are cheering and being supportive. Hank Duma did a large tip. Chocolate Fuzz did a very large tip. Thank you guys. I got an anonymous $10 tip. I appreciate all this. I really do. And,
Thanks for the money, dummies, because that's exactly what you fucking are. A bunch of fucking empty-headed idiots who paid me money to get absolutely nothing out of it. Thanks. Wow. A self-help book, Work-Life Balance for Idiots. Work-life balance for idiots. There you go. Pay us more money, idiots. Kids are idiots. Kids are complete idiots. They actually pay me money to do this. That's how dumb these people are.
It's to the point where I know it's possible to get through it. I've been through so much shit. Dude, guys, 10 years. 10 fucking years. And how many things have I come up against? False copyright strikes, getting my channel shut down, YouTube adpocalypse, trying to get me kicked off of Twitch, trying to get me off of YouTube, you know what I mean? Like, all this stuff has happened to me over the years. And I somehow got through it all. I can't believe that this would be the point where I give up. I say I can't beat it. I just fucking give up. I can't do that. Like, that's not me as a person. I know how many thousands upon thousands of people that I myself have motivated across the internet. And a lot of people have told me, Phil, you being positive and overcoming shit inspired me in my life to overcome stuff. I can't let this beat me, but I don't know how to beat it. I don't know how to beat it myself. That's the problem. Every other time I've had a backup plan, or if no backup plan, just toughing through it somehow worked. I don't know what to do this time. I just don't know.
Phil's a scam artist. Phil's just one of the worst e-beggars.
So all I can say is this, guys. Actually, the truth is, I'm almost out of time. I gotta start going making food for dinner. Kat's gonna be home within an hour, and I want to start to have food ready for her. She's been working her ass off all day today to try to make money for us, and I want to go get stuff to start cooking and everything. So all I want to say is thank you for listening, okay? And thank you very much, for everything. I do appreciate it. And I hope, upon hope, that something happens. I don't know if somehow an opportunity pops into my lap, someone offers me something to do something that I can make more money, or the fact that people will step up and be supportive, or I just happen to somehow, by some fucking miracle, qualify for this refinance, which it doesn't look like is going to happen right now. Or somehow I get the loans to pay these taxes. Something. I hope something. Because if it doesn't, I can't. I feel like this whole 10-year journey is kind of culminating at this point, and this is the make or break point where I have to get through it. I have to somehow get through it and not lose everything in the process. And I don't know how, though.
The Phil drama show every day. Stop being a drama queen.
I love drama.
That drama shit.
I love it. I crave the drama.
Relax. Holy chamoli. Holy splamoli chamolis. What is going on? Why can't people just relax? Why can't people just relax? Relax! That's what I don't want on the stream. I don't want people running around like Benny Hill, going willy-nilly, acting chaotic, being all dramatic, being all crazy and all wound up. Instead, we're going to be relaxed.
Alright, well anyway guys, I just want to say thank you. Like I told you, this is more important than me updating a leaderboard or reading out. I want to say thanks to everyone who did contribute during the stream. I'm gonna end it now, and get stuff uploaded to YouTube so I can start cooking, and go from there. And what I'm gonna say is thank God tonight I get to spend some time with Kat. We have Thanksgiving night together. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, full-time streaming, like always. You know, streams and gameplay and everything. And, you know, up to this point, I've not allowed this to negatively affect me on the streams, and I'm going to do my best to not let it moving forward. I got so much positive stuff coming up. We've got ongoing playthroughs I'm doing. You know, we've got holiday events coming up for Christmas and everything. But the thing is, like, you guys know the ways you can help.
Pledge today. Give me your money. Oh, money, 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 money. Give me money, money. Money. No, I want money. Money, money, money that I gotta spend, spend, spend. Endlessly spend money. It's addictive. Money, 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 money. Plugs, plugs, plugs. Help me, money, money, money. Money, 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 money. Ooh, money. Grab the money. Oh, I can't grab those drugs there, too. I got no friggin' horse. No horse and no money. I need money. Well, I need money. It's a cash grab. It's a blatant cash grab. I have to go collect money or something. I'm only in this for the money. Okay.
You know, in particular, the thing that gets me is I know there's people on YouTube who watch the videos on YouTube and think everything's fine because they're not here for the pre-streams and stuff. They don't know. So that's why I'm going to actually upload this video to DsPgaming so people know what's going on with me and that this is the situation. If ever there was a time to step up and say, okay, Phil, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I've watched it for years. I watch it on YouTube. I always thought you were getting by on ad revenue. If I can help now, I will. That's what I'm hoping for, you know, but I don't know. Miracles don't always happen. I have no answers for you guys at this point. I've basically overextended myself to the point where there is no, okay, what else do you fall back on? And I'm at my wit's end. That's the other thing, mentally, I'm at my wit's end. I can't take it anymore. You get these fucking people who do nasty shit to me daily. Daily. Morally ignoring the fact that they know what they're doing is fucking wrong, and they do it just for fucking jollies or personal gain. They think it's okay. And people who watch that shit, they're like disgusting, vile fucking people. How could you do that? How could you ever do that to someone? You know? What's been done to me is far worse than if someone had beaten to me within my inch of my life, because I could have recovered from that and been fine. The things they're doing to me destroy me financially and put me into horrendous situations where even though I work my ass off and people tell me everything I'm doing is good, I could still lose everything. You know? I just don't understand it. I don't. Alright guys, I gotta end this, so that's it. Thank you for at least listen to me dish a little bit. You know, anything you guys can do to support is appreciated. And I hope everyone who's watching this live on Thanksgiving has a happy Thanksgiving if you live in the United States, and I hope to see you all tomorrow. Alright? Thanks to everyone who was very, very supportive on this stream. People were really supportive on this stream. I appreciate it. And tomorrow's another day, and hopefully things are better. Alright, guys? Alright, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you very much. And I'll see you tomorrow. Later.
Help! Save the pig! What the heck? A pig with a party hat. Hello, Mr. Piggy. Zicky Piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life. Help! No. No. That's not how life works. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser. Phil's a beggar. Phil's a racist. Phil's a scammer. DSP's a pedophile. DSP is a thief. DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.